everyone. I'm Lorelai.
Hi, my name is Cooper.
And welcome to the FSFS podcast for students from students. We're here with our school's therapist, Tara, to talk about coping skills, self-care, and therapy. Before you tell us a little bit about your role here at school, we heard you have a coping skill for all three of us to try.
I do. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but this is my first podcast, so I'm a little bit nervous. So I thought it'd be fun if we jumped right in and did a coping skill together, okay? So I just want you to kind of check in with yourself right now. And on a scale of 0 to 5, I want you to notice how, comfortable or secure you feel in this moment.
1.
0. 0 is, I want to get out of here. I can't do it. 5 is, I'm totally good. So we got 0?
Yeah.
I would say about a 3.
Okay, I'm going to go with 3 too because I'm excited, but I'm also all right, my heart's beating a little bit fast, right? So what we're going to do now is we're all going to kind of just take turns pointing things out in the room around us that maybe we like or make us feel comfortable, okay? So I'm going to start with, I've been in this room before, so that makes me feel comfortable. I like that.
I've also been in this room before.
Okay, yeah.
It's my 4th time being in this room.
All right. I like that this chair is kind of comfy to sit in.
I like my pool noodle.
Pool noodle,
Yeah.
love it.
I like the dice you got.
Perfect, okay. And then maybe one more thing. I like that I just see familiar faces, like seeing you guys and everyone out in the hallways. That makes me feel good.
I like the person that takes me home.
All right.
Valid.
So, good stuff. So now what we're going to do is just one more time, we're going to put our hands on our arms or in your lap, either way, whatever way you want to do it. And really slow, we're going to tap our hands back and forth, one from the other. Because sometimes back and forth movement can help our bodies relax or calm down. And then just kind of think in your head of those different things in the room that make you feel comfortable. And take a deep breath in your nose. And then now when you check back in with yourself, where is that number at on the scale?
0.
Still not? Oh. How about for you, Lorelai?
4.
All right. I would say I'm probably at a 4 now, too. My heart's a little bit slower, relaxed a little bit. There's all sorts of things that can help us, so thanks for trying that with me.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your role here is at our school?
Yeah. So I'm here at school as the school-based therapist. I work for a health clinic called Isabella Citizens for Health in Mount Pleasant, and I get to be here at school and meet with students on a regular basis to offer support and regular therapy sessions.
Nice. That's great. So let's get started with the questions.
Okay.
Let's start with what is talk therapy?
So, one thing when I think of with therapy is that someone once said to me, therapy is not where people are fixed, it's where they are found. And I think that's a really important thing to think about with therapy is that it's somewhere that you get to go, you get to talk, have support. In talk therapy, we address what things are maybe challenging or barriers, things that are your strengths. We set goals and have different things that we work on. For me as a therapist, I really like to do a lot of different things. So sometimes we just sit and talk. Other times we might work on different kind of worksheets. We might do art. We might listen to music or do different movement things. Sometimes go outside if it's nice. So that is what I think of when I think of talk therapy.
Nice. How do you know if you should talk to a therapist?
Yeah, I think a big thing is that if someone has a challenge or a problem that they've been trying to deal with and maybe it's just not changing, it's not getting better, maybe it's getting worse, that can be a reason to go into therapy. If someone has experienced a stressful event, a loss, a traumatic event, that can be a reason. If anyone is struggling with suicidal thoughts or self-harm, then those are absolutely reasons to go as well. Challenging life transitions, social interactions, those can all be reasons that someone might know they need some support.
Who is therapy for you?
Yeah, so therapy is for, in general, it can be for anybody. It can be for kids, adults, anyone. For therapy here at school, I see students from 6th grade all the way through 12th grade. Sometimes also now and then have like family sessions or sibling sessions as well.
What is a coping skill and when do you use them?
Yeah. So, a coping skill is something that we do that helps us be able to regulate or get through something that's maybe hard or a challenge. And the biggest thing with coping skills, I think, that sometimes is forgotten is that we need to practice them in times where we're not maybe stressed or activated, so that when we are stressed or activated, we can be able to access them and use them.
What is one example of a coping skill? Coping skill every student should know.
Yeah, this one is tricky because it's really hard to pick one. There's so many different ones. And I think what I always think about with coping skills is that different things work for different people. So what works for Lorelai might not work for Cooper. What works for Cooper might not work for me. So it's really about finding what works for you. But I want to share a few of them. So some that just like come to the top of my mind are movement is a really big one. So if you're feeling anxious or stressed, going for a walk, playing a sport, even just like when you're sitting down in your chair, move your legs back and forth. Or I have brought some fidgets for each of you. And obviously fidgets are movements in class. You don't want to like throw it or be disruptive. We want to be respectful. So having something that you can just move in your lap, even if you wear like rings or a bracelet, movements can be really helpful. Did I already say journaling?
No.
Okay, journaling, music, positive self-talk, those are all helpful things. And other than that, I'll have one more coping skill that I'll have you guys practice with me if you're up for it.
I know one of the most popular ones is like breathing exercises, like the 7-8-4 one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've done that before with different people.
Yeah.
I count sheep.
Count sheep, I love it. Great.
A lot of teens do struggle with anxiety, though.
Yeah.
What makes anxiety worse, and what can we do to help reduce anxiety?
Yeah, so things that make anxiety worse are when we ruminate. So if we just kind of keep going over something again and again in our head, then it tends to get worse or get harder. And then another thing that can make anxiety worse is avoidance. So let's say that someone was really nervous to do a presentation for school. Like, have you guys ever felt that way?
Oh, heck yes.
And sometimes that might make someone feel like they want to stay home, or maybe they avoid doing their work for the assignment. Yeah, it can happen. And when we avoid it, it just makes it worse. And it tells our brain that we have to avoid something in order to be safe and be okay. So avoidance makes it worse, but what can sometimes make it better is showing yourself, like, I can do it, right? So after a presentation, it might be hard, it might be scary, but then at the end, you might feel a lot of relief of like, oh, okay, I got through it, I did it, right? And maybe that's how we'll feel at the end of this, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
What question are we on? What is one thing people are often afraid to ask or should?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is asking for help is really hard for people to ask for. And the biggest thing I want people to know is that no matter who you go to, like, go to someone and hopefully they can connect you with resources. Whether that's a friend, you ask for help, a teacher, a parent. If my door's open, come in. If not, I've got a box where you can put notes. So I think just asking for help is really important. If you don't, then you can't get it sometimes.
What overall advice do you have for teenagers who are figuring out high school?
Oh, yeah. This is a tough question to answer. I think the biggest thing is that it can feel really stressful when you're trying to get things figured out. And sometimes it feels like you never figure it out. But being able to have some like grace with yourself and recognize that you're going to do things really great, you're going to do things that aren't as great, you might make mistakes, but looking at mistakes as an opportunity to grow and learn and just have fun, be safe, and yeah.
What are some self-care habits that teens can add into their daily life? or routines?
Yeah, some of these might not be everyone's favorite things, but they can be really helpful. So I think a big one is trying to have as regular of a bedtime and wake up time as you can. And I know that's hard because teens you have sports and after school activities, but the more that you can do it, the better. And along with that, having a routine before bed. So maybe you listen to music or you journal, maybe you read, draw, having something that you do that kind of helps yourself come down and get ready for sleep. Another big one, which is probably, I get the most eye rolls or irritation when I suggest this one, but it is less screen time. It helps our brains when we have less screen time and get to spend time with others and be outside. And then lastly, I would say do something intentionally for yourself every day that feels good.
Last question, what is the best advice anyone has given you that you can now share with students?
Yeah, I had to think about this one a lot too. I think the best advice that I've been given that I then also share with students sometimes is that never quit something or make a big decision when you're feeling upset. So give yourself time to kind of cool down, think about it, and come back to it, because you might not have the same option or idea about what you might make that decision when you are upset, if you give yourself time to cool off.
Wow, thank you, Tara. I'm really thankful to have you here at our school.
Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, this has been fun. I'm Lorelai.
And I'm Cooper. Hope you have a great day.
And this has been the For Students from Students podcast. Thanks for watching.